AI stocks are crashing. LLMs are also crashing. And just AI in general, all on the surface level, could look like it's on its way down. So, is the bubble about to pop? No. As someone who actually works with these tools, I don't believe AI is over, or that it's somehow future-proof for doing nothing. There's an illusion with generative AI that's easy to buy into if you only see the surface. Everyone's talking about AI hitting a wall. Tech Twitter is panicking. YouTube gurus are predicting the AI bubble will pop any day now. Take a breath. There's noise, and then there's what actually hits your day-to-day. Here's what 95% of people completely miss about what's actually happening with AI progress right now. If you've been following the AI space, you've probably heard the narrative that AI is slowing down, that we've hit some kind of ceiling. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why this thinking isn't just wrong, but dangerously misleading. And if you're in the UK, running a business, working in one, or eyeing a move into AI, this stuff isn't theory, it's payroll, margins, and whether you've still got a job next year. If you're new here, I'm Max from the Ovara group. We build quiet, practical systems, autonomous agents, tactical offshoring, and financial optimizations for UK SMEs and the people who run them. This promises to be the viral sensation that could completely reset how we do things. That's hyperbole. It's hype. However, the reality is smarter and more useful. Here's my thought process. We've crossed what you might call the intelligence optimum for most users. Think about it this way. There's a point where making AI smarter becomes irrelevant because it's already smart enough for what people actually need. It's like having a Ferrari in a 25 mph zone. More power doesn't help you make the school run. When a newer model lands with higher benchmark scores, many everyday users still prefer the familiar tools. Because for common tasks, the jump doesn't feel dramatic unless you're pushing the edges, same as not needing a supercar to pop down the high street. Most people were already speed limited by how they use the thing, not how fast it can theoretically go. Many power users consider today's top models too limited for their needs, but for most, they're more than enough. And as Sam Altman has said in recent interviews, the chatbot interface is basically saturating for perceivable improvements. Even when memory gets better, there's a ceiling to what casual chat can feel like. The real constraint isn't raw AI intelligence. The uncomfortable truth is that most people's AI experience is now limited by their own prompting skill and experience level, not the AI's capabilities itself. When someone says AI isn't getting better, what they often mean is, I can't tell the difference because I'm already at my limit of what I can effectively use. Meanwhile, progress is moving to agentic and more complex use cases that are harder to see. Recent research highlights progress in formal reasoning and novel problem solving by large models. Not human-like creativity as such, but serious under-the-bonnet capability jumps that don't show up in casual chat. So, how would we actually know if AI hit a wall? We personally track 3 indicators. 1, benchmark progression genuinely slowing, not happening. We're still saturating fresh benchmarks almost as fast as they're created. In task duration benchmarks, how long things take humans versus AI, we keep seeing material gains with no sign of bottoming out outside of saturated chat use cases. 2, new domain development stalling, not happening. The agentic frontier, robotics, multimodal systems, text-to-code, vision in the loop, long and even infinite context windows are moving quickly and changing what's possible for actual workflows. 3, corporate adoption slowing, not happening. Reports often cite high failure rates in early enterprise AI pilots, which perversely signals demand, not apathy. If 95% of pilots fail, it's because 100% are trying. When teams get it right, they see order of magnitude level gains in specific workflows. None of those criteria are met. But why did the bubble narrative explode? 4 things collided. Narrative whiplash. A botched big model rollout or two and people needed a counter story. High-profile team reshuffles got spun as AI in trouble. Sam Altman's comments about bubble elements in AI got flattened into it's a bubble. And the failure rate stats we just mentioned got waved around as proof AI doesn't work. Here's what that misses. We're still chip constrained across the industry. In the same breath that leaders talk about froth, they also say they could release smarter systems but lack compute. Others face the same constraint. Demand exceeds supply. That isn't bubble behavior. That's a cue round the block. For UK SMEs, chips and capacity aren't abstract headlines. They decide whether your next job is done here, offshore, or automated, and how fast you can spin up a new line of work without blowing the budget. It's not Silicon Valley gossip, it's your future margins. Let's look at the overvaluation hand-wringing. Microsoft, wildly profitable. Nvidia, wildly profitable. Google, wildly profitable. Meta, wildly profitable. Amazon, wildly profitable. Yes, Tesla and Palantir might be overpriced, but that's two companies in a very large sector. Here's the difference from the dot-com crash. The richest, most powerful companies on earth are driving AI development. Back then, it was mostly startups burning venture capital. Today, it's giants with virtually unlimited resources and existing profitable business models, investing on power law dynamics, spend big where the upside compounds even bigger. And here's a good sniff test. In real bubbles, no one complains it's a bubble. They hype it. The fact we're even debating it is healthy skepticism. Let's talk structural differences plainly. The richest, most powerful companies on earth are driving AI development. These companies didn't exist in their current form during the dot-com era. Back then, it was mostly startups burning venture capital. Today, it's Microsoft, Google, and Meta, firms with deep cash flows and profitable cores. We're also chip constrained across the industry. Far from overcapacity, we can't even meet current demand, let alone future demand. Back then, it was a punt. Today, it's the house bankrolling the table. That leads us to the question, what's actually coming next? Here's the basic version of our opinion, the timeline you'll hear at every serious conference. Call it the San Francisco consensus, if you like. Over the next 12 months, many programmers will work alongside AI coding tools by default. You'll see graduate-level mathematical capability at the top end. In 2 to 3 years, some say we'll hit general intelligence-level performance across multiple domains. Not just in your pocket, but agents that can handle complex multi-step processes with less hand-holding. In 3 to 6 years, people speculate about superhuman systems, treat timelines as provisional, but the direction of travel isn't in doubt. As Ilya Sutskever has argued, if brains are biological computers, then capability scaling has a logic to it. That doesn't mean zero friction. It does mean no obvious hard wall in sight. There is no wall. There is no bubble. What we're seeing is chat saturation for average users, while complex agentic capabilities surge forward. Chip constraints proving unmet demand, not overcapacity. Corporate restructurings towards next-gen AI, not retreat from it. Power law dynamics making rational actors invest heavily in their niches, and exponential-ish benchmark progression continuing across non-saturated domains. The companies driving AI aren't burning cash. They're generating massive profits while rationally investing in exponential returns. The technology isn't stalling, it's becoming more practical while simultaneously more powerful. Yes, there's froth around the edges, copycat products trying to cash in on proven concepts. But that isn't a bubble. That's what happens when real value is demonstrated and everyone rushes to compete. If you're in the UK and you want to stay employable, founder or not, treat AI like Excel in the 90s. The people who learned it quietly ran the place 5 years later.